Back with the Miami Hurricanes Dynasty Rebuild, and things are in an interesting spot as we get underway today. After our loss to Notre Dame, it's our first regular season defeat of the series. And our new quarterback, Nicholas Vattiato, did not look great in this game, throwing 3 interceptions and essentially costing us the game. One thing that I actually love about college football is just you lose one game and all of a sudden the sky is falling. I actually love how reactionary the college football narratives are after just one loss. The first thing we want to see today is how Vattiato responds to this bad game. You know, if we lose multiple games early in the season, it's a clear step down from the season before. And last year we did so well in these one-score games that went down to the wire. Now we barely got by Syracuse, lost to Notre Dame, so it's not the promising start to the year we wanted to see. I have gone ahead to revise the playbook a little bit, and I'll continue doing that when I spot plays I don't like or situations where I want to skew it more run or pass heavy. But I think this needs to be Damian Martinez's team this year. We need to run the football and run it really well. And I'm not talking about 4 or 5 yards a carry. Like, I want to see him going for 100 plus yards and to get multiple touchdowns, and he has none in the first 2 games. I want to be a punishing running team. And we've got a long way to go if we're going to have that be our identity. We are the worst scoring team in the ACC through 2 games. So you'd think this game against USF is the prime bounce back spot for the Canes. One thing I want to add in, by the way, I know there are some issues with the newest patch on College Football 25. That is precisely why I have not downloaded it. So I'm playing the game as if it were last week before the patch. I'm in offline Dynasty. I don't have the update. I read about the issues that came about with the new update, like the scoreboard disappearing and like play the moment, Super Sim being screwed up, especially with not being able to see the scoreboard. So I'm not going to download any updates for a little bit. I'm really not expecting a lot of drama here in week 3. Like this is Miami. We are supposed to be dominant, especially against teams that are ranked under us. And it's currently 13-7. We at least rally to tie the game, but the Bulls are clearly not letting us run away with this. And I don't like how close it is here in the 4th quarter. It's 20-19. This shouldn't be a game. Wow, Nico Grammatica? Like as in Bill and Martin Grammatica from 20 years ago? I haven't heard about Automatica in a little while. But we got to close this game out still. And we're going to try to run it forward with Chris Johnson. That didn't work. I also wanted to add, I have boosted the injury setting. I wasn't sure what to really be playing on. And Vattiato's able to complete the pass out. Wow, he has 99 yards passing. So either he's playing awful or we are running the ball as I requested. But it's 3rd and 7. Vattiato over the middle. That's caught by Arroyo. I am playing now on 50 injury because I want injuries to be part of my series. You know, more team management, more backups playing, more decisions to make. That's a part of football. And I hadn't really seen wear and tear or injuries be a factor in my dynasties to this point. I've gotten some good feedback from a viewer who was playing on 48. I was looking at threads on Operation Sports. I found a few slider sets and everybody had it at least 50, some higher. So we're looking to make injuries a part of the experience. Here he's intercepted. Come on, man. Bulls on parade. Touchdown. You gotta be kidding me. Vattiato picks 6 and USF is looking for the upset. The 2-point try was no good, so a touchdown would put us in front again. As Vattiato hands off, Chris Johnson doesn't have much room. He's carried at least 10 times in this game. Martinez is still playing. I think we've just gone much more run heavy in this game. Throwing quick and not much there on what looked to be a mid-screen. Now, my playbook changes have been more tweaks than like overhauling at this point, so I'm not sure if I've done anything to dramatically skew our play calling. But a 3 and out there doesn't feel good. Our defense better be playing half as good as the Bulls. 3rd and 8 here. Got to get off the field to get the football back. And with time, it is caught for the first down. We have the 8th toughest place to play ranking. If we drop this game, that is not going to be good for our home field advantage. And if the Bulls get a field goal here, it's going to be really tough. Good pressure. On 2nd down, it is through his hands. That's incomplete. 3rd down, 8 in coverage. There's time. And the pass is shy of the marker. And we're getting the ball. Come on, Vadiato. We got to go down the field now. 86 yards. That is a nice move upfield. And we got Ray Joseph breaking away. Vadiato on the screen. That's dangerous, man. These wide receiver screens have not treated me kindly lately. We got 2 minutes to go in the game. It's 2nd and 12. Vadiato downfield. That's caught. Wide open is Isaiah Horton. Out quick. No, he threw it right to him. No. And it's intercepted. It's at least 2 in this game and 5 on the season. We barely beat Syracuse, and we're about to blow this game to USF. We got 1 timeout remaining. Need the stop on 3rd down. Too much time. What are we doing? USF's going to win the ball game. The Bulls are going to pull off the upset, and it's going to be the 2nd straight loss for Miami. A shocking 1-2 start. What is head coach Boogie Turner going to do with this team? I did not see any of this coming. 25-20. And here's that pick 6 one more time. When the pressure shows up, panic mode for Vadiato. And just a really good job breaking on that football by Kenya Cobb. Check this out. After the play, suddenly, I think I'm hurt, coach. My back isn't doing so well. Not a good start in the Vadiato era. A change I want to make as well in this series, I'm going to drop the Coach XP speed to slower. By default, usually these EA games have this stuff level up a little too quickly where you can max out your coach in a handful of years. Not really my style. And then, oh yeah, I had forgotten to actually turn off the proper penalty. You know, that would have been helpful. Roughing the kicker has been the issue. I turned off running into the kicker, which I haven't really seen. I've just been seeing punters get laid out. But you know what? It's a contact sport. They wear a helmet for a reason. You can hit the punter in this dynasty. I don't care. But what is our free fall in the standings going to be now? Back-to-back losses for the Canes. Are we even ranked? 21st. Championship contender is dropping. And the playing style is actually a big concern for a lot of players that could possibly transfer. So I love the playing style deal breaker. Essentially, this is measuring your production at certain positions. And recruits are looking at, okay, can I get, the passing yards that I want to put up at your school? Right now, we have a D- in field general playing style. Our quarterback play has been abysmal 3 games in. And it's also a bit of a transfer risk. So if you're looking at wide receivers that really want the football and receivers aren't getting the receiving yards per game that they want, then they can look to transfer. One thing we want to pay attention to would be McManus, maybe at defensive end. He's an 83 overall, and pretty much all of these playing styles for the pass rushers are going to look for sacks, and we didn't pick up any in that last game. So to the recruiting front we go. This area has actually been going extremely well so far. Colin Kunalik is one of these overpowered scrambler athlete quarterbacks that's been nerfed in the newest update. I'm not playing on the update. In my Buffalo series, I'm not allowing myself to scout these guys. I am for now in the Miami series because we're a top tier school and it's a CPU series. So I think it kind of balances things out a little bit. Hopefully I can get on a new update soon, though, and these guys can be nerfed. I don't think the Dynasty is better with 95 speed quarterbacks everywhere. But I think we're going to put up a really good class. It looks very promising. Now, with the new update, it also cleaned up the visit bug, apparently. So that can still affect me right now. But thankfully, I'm able to schedule some visits still, and I don't have like a great home game after week 5, so I'm just going to go straight to week 7 here for Jamie Luna, who is the #1 corner in the country. The quarterback board's getting more simplified. We are going after Kunalik, and then as insurance, we're putting points on Mitch Ivy, just to have options in case things go sideways with Kunalik out of nowhere. Like Florida State has 3 pipelines to our 2. I don't know if they could have a huge surge out of nowhere, but again, this is insurance. Ben Garrison's more of our safe fallback option. He has no offers right now. So I'm only putting points on 3 quarterbacks. I had it on like 5 earlier, but I'm going to remove Ben Battle just because he has he was a bust, so he's probably not going to have a great dev trait. And things look good right now for Kunalik. Plus, Garrison's a really good option, and he's the 5th best quarterback in the country, whereas they rank Battle the 14th. So I'm just going to remove him and Fallen and Jeffrey from the board. We are extremely close to a commitment already for 4-star running back Max Boger. He's the number 43 running back in the country. He has excellent speed, acceleration, definitely can play that same role that Chris Johnson does for us, so I wouldn't anticipate him playing early. But we're also going after Randy Titus, who's the #1 running back in the country. And when we lose Damian Martinez, we're going to need someone to carry the load. He would do that perfectly. Bang! We got our first player, Max Boger, 4-star running back. There's some good news for the episode. This game is especially big for us because when I got to schedule our first visits, this was the target game. Big matchup, rivalry game against Florida. We have some big-time recruits coming to this game, and I really don't want to screw it up. That includes quarterback Colin Kunalik. If this game doesn't go well, I don't know what's going to happen in this battle. But we also have D'Angelo Pitts, and we've fallen behind Florida State for one of the best tackles in the state of Florida, and I really wanted to bring him in. We also have a 4-star receiver coming to this game, and it looks like Ole Miss has taken the lead, and they're very close to a commitment. They don't have a visit until week 10. This is going to be wrapped up well before week 10. And if we win this game, maybe we get Josh Esquivel. If we lose, he might be going to Ole Miss instead, leaving his hometown team. You know, it's kind of unlucky that these games are considered lower-tier opponent games, because like NC State's 3-0, 13th in the country. Then you've got Louisville, who's number 8 in the country, above us. But the win doesn't actually mean a whole lot for us when losing is still risky. There really needs to be an entire menu dedicated to wear and tear, so you don't have to look at players individually. No one's on the injury report right now. For Vadiato, we don't have any wear and tear, so maybe he was looking for an excuse why he threw that pick 6. Or maybe it was minor and he's healed. Either way, this might be the make or break game for him. Or we may have to look at a move. You know, Reese Poffenbarger has similar ratings. Reese doesn't have quite as strong of an arm, but he actually has better underneath accuracy, worse deep accuracy, worse on the run, but 8 points better throw under pressure. If this game doesn't get off to a good start, it might be time for a change. I know y'all want to see some different uniforms too. I'm going to try to remember at some point to break something else out. That's like a big part of the appeal of college football is so many great uniform options. All right, we gotta be better this week. At halftime, it is 10-6, Miami leads. We are 2 of 8 on 3rd down in the first half. 5 of 11 start for Nicholas Vadiato, 88 yards. We're hammering Damian Martinez in the running game. He's got a touchdown now on the season. Shouldn't have taken this long. Oh yeah, we're facing a really good young quarterback, DJ Lagway from Florida, 14 of 21, buck 17. Vadiato is sacked to begin the second half. I haven't made the change quite yet. And he's sacked again on third down. 62-yard touchdown, Tank Hawkins. Gators lead. We get the ball, 3 and out immediately. Oh man, Marquise Lightfoot just got hurt. He looked really good in those first couple games. Then we lose Armando Blunt a couple plays later. 26-yard pass. And then we recover a fumble, thankfully, luckily. But I am thinking this team needs a boost and a bit of a change-up. And it's time for Reese Poffenbarger to enter. The team needs some juice. 3.5 games, we have not looked like the offense we need to be. Poffenbarger is in, and down goes Johnson. Massive loss of 5. These Johnson runs have been atrocious. 2nd and 15, over the middle, and his first pass is hauled in by Mario Williams. Poffenbarger, the senior, stepping in for his first action. He is nearly picked off. What a break on the ball. Florida football, Lagway, caught, sideline, first down. Inside handoff and stuffed on the play. They're going nowhere on the ground. And 3rd and 7. Pass from Lagway is on the money. Inside the 20 as he goes over 300 on the day. I've got to see, is it our quarterback struggling? Is the CPU going to be struggling at the same time? Doesn't seem like it from DJ Lagway. And the inside handoff and working inside the 10, KD Daniels. Our toughest place to play ranking fell from 8 to 11. We're at home again this week, and Florida has it goal to go, trying to go up 2 possessions in the second half. Inside, and he's across. Touchdown, Gators. We rocked Florida in Season 1. This is clearly a different team. I just can't get over how bad our pass game has looked. We floated out. Arroyo is there. That better not be a true fumble. And it's Gators football. Unbelievable how bad we are this season. How are we this bad? 4-man rush. Lagway right between defenders. We aren't making those kinds of plays. Bouncing is Daniels. He's got the touchdown. I don't know what to say anymore. This team has completely fallen apart in Season 2. Handoff, Chris Johnson. First time he's actually gotten to get going in this episode. Poffenbarger on the connection with Mario Williams. That wasn't bad. 4-man rush. Poffenbarger slings it out to Williams again for the first. With Vadiato, we've been pretty bad on third downs. 3rd and 6. Pressure. Wow. Swamped in the backfield. Shembo time. 51 yards. All right. The freshman kicker from long range. That's no good. Oh my God, this team sucks. Yep. It was only 1 year you guys got to have fun. Back to reality for Miami football. I picked Miami for this series because I expected it to be challenging. Year 1 was so much better than I anticipated. I expected we wouldn't be as good this year, but this team is actually terrible. DJ Lagway has a massive day, and this is his first year starting, showing us up. But I think Poffenbarger did enough to secure a start next week. 13-21, $167. We haven't been moving the ball. We haven't been putting up points. So something has to happen. You know how many key recruits we had come to that game? I'm afraid to see what the result of that visit is for some of those players. Well, that's good news. Can he play tomorrow? Colin Kunalik commits. Very lucky. Well, he probably saw there's an opening for playing time. D'Angelo Pitts committing is also huge. Matt Freeman commits, and Marquise Gainwell. Wow, this is so different than my Buffalo series on the main channel. I'm just over here with the team is still losing and playing awful, but I'm over here getting 4-star recruits left and right. So we found our quarterback, hopefully of the future, in Colin Kunalik. We don't know his dev trait yet, but the accuracies look good, great speed, great arm. We can now stop recruiting Mitch Ivy, especially now that it's looking like a lost cause anyway. But that was just insurance, like I said. Now, the tricky thing here is Garrison ranks so well. Notre Dame has offered now. It says he's the 5th best quarterback in the country. It probably wouldn't hurt to have 2 really good quarterback options. His deal breaker is pro potential. I don't think that's by position. We should still send players to the NFL. We are going to offer Garrison a scholarship now. We're also going to have him come to a game. I feel like it might be safe to schedule him for just our worst opponent, and that would be UConn. Our championship contender has often been something I can pitch as an A+. It's fallen to B+, so now I have to pitch on pro potential. Minnesota is trying to bring in Randy Titus. He's from Eden Prairie, so he's living where half the Vikings roster would be. Come enjoy the sunshine, Randy. We're going to have him come to the Stanford game. Wow, we did lose. The visit did go poorly then for Josh Esquivel. He's picked Ole Miss instead of staying home. We lose the number 8 receiver in the country, and I think it's because we could not win this game. We now have Stan Perkins and Jaden Wilkins on our board, and Wilkins is just going unrecruited so far. I don't know why there are still a lot of 4-star guys that don't get attention. He runs sub 4.4, has the shifty ability. We definitely want to go heavily for him. And then there's also Stan Perkins, and this is getting pretty competitive. So it's a good thing here I have Wilkins as an option. I thought I was going to run away here with possibly 3 4-star receivers, and I might get 1 or 2. But I have to schedule a visit now and hope that it goes well. I think I want mine before Georgia Tech's because he's going to narrow it down to his top 3 probably prior to that visit. I need to hope we can come out against NC State and play better. I'm going to pitch him on proximity to home because I'm worried that coach prestige could drop by the time that comes around. We should be able to land a 4-star guard here shortly as well, as Caesar Chin is very close to a commitment. I'm trying to wrap that up. And then it's becoming very clear on some of these battles that they're not even battles with us. So the board is getting far more simplified. And I'm going to be looking maybe for some fresh targets on the board. But I think my approach is going to be a little bit different because we don't have a lot of outgoing talent this year. We have 11 seniors, so there isn't a lot of room. That's why I've been focusing on 4 and 5-star players. How many of those guys can I get? Can we fill all 11 spots? Because we already have 5, and a bunch of other guys are close. So if we can get to 10 or 11 players here mid-season, then I'm probably going to spend the majority of our points on just scouting a massive amount of players and being extremely picky about who I go after. Essentially, if I have to start looking at 3 stars, if you're not a gem, you can't come. It's a little weird right now. The team on field is awful, but in recruiting, we're doing, I think, really well. I've been scheduling a lot of guys for this Week 7 game against NC State. This one looks massive as well. A lot of players are coming. And here's a big one coming down to the wire. You got the 3 big Florida schools, and they all got visits lined up. We got to get him in for Week 7 if we can, and we will be able to. A lot of recruiting to talk about because we've had 2 bye weeks in the episode already. We do land Stan Perkins. I wasn't sure if this one would work. It didn't come down to the visit on him, and we also land Caesar Chin. So we got, 7 4-stars already? 15th right now in the country, so, there's still room for it to improve, and we don't have any 5s yet. But I feel like we're going to have at least a top 20 class this year, and hopefully we can push it. But I think that there are going to be other schools that have like 20, 25 players in their class, and I just don't see that happening for us. This one does hurt. Tevin Pettis. So we had just scheduled the visit, and he chooses prior to any of the 3 visits happening. He's going to FSU. So we are beginning then to look into some 3 stars to get some decent talent developing. Eric Nava is the 80th ranked safety in the country, but I like the range he has, 70 zone coverage. I feel like he's a guy who could start, in like his 3rd year or so. I'm actually a little bit worried too about some of these deal breakers, notably championship contender, because ours is certainly going to be falling further. If we're 1-3 right now, I don't know if we're going to keep it above a B+, or a B-. I'm not sure what to expect with that. So as I said now, a lot of scouting the rest of the way to see who is still someone we should be pursuing. Gems like Doug Dog are what we're looking for. Danny Piper, power rusher, with 83 speed. The gems are popping up left and right. And yes, I am trying to bring in all of them right now. One thing that's a different change of pace from the NFL that I really enjoy about college football is losing never benefits you. There is nothing you get in terms of draft capital or anything like that. And as a matter of fact, every game we lose damages the team to some degree. Some losses small, some more severe. But because our reputation as a team matters, and things like championship contender can be a deal breaker, and coach prestige, for instance, there's never a situation where you're like, all right, let's just pack it in for the year. You need to try to win as many games as possible. And with us trying to, save this season and get it back on track, we are making the quarterback change with Reese Poffenbarger. Maybe in the last few weeks, I would consider playing a freshman, but I am nowhere near considering that right now. And maybe it's time for a new uniform today. We got to come in with a fresh mindset and just try to beat the Wolfpack. Yeah, we're still filling the stadium too. What would it take for us to not be able to fill the crowd? I know there's dynamic attendance in this game, and maybe a few losses aren't enough to change the game for Miami. But what if we lose another one? All right, if Poffenbarger doesn't play well, we're putting Sebastian at quarterback next game. All right, so we're going to see this opening possession then for Poffenbarger as he makes his first start of the series. Our 3rd quarterback to start. Martinez fights away for 1. Handoff going to Chris Johnson. He explodes through the middle for 11. And then it's a play fake with Poffenbarger getting it outside the numbers. He throws well under pressure. It's one of the main things he does better than Vadiato. Handoff on the sweep, the speed of Johnson breaking outside. Inside handoff, and that's more like it. This is the type of running we should have been doing against the Bulls and in our game against Syracuse. But I feel like we're probably running this outside zone way too much. And it's not nearly as successful as just running down their throat. So that's one thing I want to swap in the playbook. And the drive is going to come to an end with a sack for Brandon Cleveland. And now you've got the rain, the wind, and a freshman kicker from 42 yards out. Shembo's boot is good. But what kind of game is this going to turn into? NC State takes the lead before the end of the first quarter. Uh-oh. They just showed a Chris Johnson injury graphic as we go into halftime. Still, no touchdowns for us. And yeah, that's not good. Dislocated shoulder, no Chris Johnson rest of the way. I can't believe how little we're scoring this year. And it's not like I didn't do as much as I could to try and get this offense, ready to transition from Ward and Restrepo and George into what we got now. So Poffenbarger trying to lead us to a 4th quarter comeback. The defense has been phenomenal. And we've got to just find a way to win this game as Poffenbarger is going to go down. 2nd and 20. Nearly picked. 3rd and 20. That's going to get us within range for a bad idea field goal or a punt. It's going to be a punt. Somehow still the 11th toughness rank on the toughest places to play. That's got to be falling soon. Ruben Bain. Massive play. Sacking the quarterback inside the 5. If we got to win, playing all defense, just the way it's going to be. Hands off and a pretty solid pickup there on 2nd and 22 for Hollywood Smothers. Can't believe I turned Miami into Iowa in 1 year. 3rd and 9. Oh, you got to pick that. Great play regardless. Wesley Basaint nearly had an interception, and we need the defense to do some of the scoring work for us. Like, give us a short field, something, because the offense just doesn't have it. Lost our quarterback, lost our receivers, lost our ranking. Caught by Joseph. Damian Martinez, 14 carries, 31 yards. We just got to get him running north and south a lot more often. And there it is, up the middle. Like, if we just run that, I don't think they'll be able to stop it. But it's this outside zone that we're just not that good at. 1st and 10. That looked like it had no velo on it whatsoever. I know Poffenbarger doesn't have the strongest arm. On 2nd down, he's got time and dumps it. Is there really nothing opening up downfield? We just don't have any pass game juice. We got Mario Williams, left side of the screen. I mean, he's going to run the post there, so he's going to, if you want to throw it there, you could definitely hit that. I thought maybe he had ran a post and would have been double covered, but no, he had a chance on that deep in. So 3rd and 2 on the keeper now. Never run that again, but it worked. It's a fake from Poffenbarger, and then he's going to throw an interception. Come on, man. Another pick 6. Wolfpack extend the lead. How do we feel about playing Emory Williams? I guess I just want to see what he's got. Although I'm not even sure this is, a great long-term idea. It doesn't matter. We have prospects coming in. His deal breaker is playing style. And you think we're throwing for a lot of passing yards this year? He is transferring at the end of the year. But, we know we have quarterbacks coming. So whoever the best option is this year, whoever can get us to score 20 points in a football game. I don't think we've done it this year. Emory Williams, 3rd and 5 with a shoulder fake and a throw over the middle. Mario Williams flying into Wolfpack territory. On the screen now and breaking upfield, you've got Horton as we are putting together a drive. Emory Williams. Oh, it's intercepted again. We just don't have it. What a run broken off here by Hollywood Smothers. I just can't believe how bad the quarterback play has been. But this has kind of been Miami football for a couple decades. They've only sent 2 quarterbacks to the NFL in like 20 years. And now Cameron Pruitt's shaken up. That's bad news. A fumble and a recovery. Wow, the Hurricanes have it. Sharif Ladd the other way. Touchdown Canes. The defense says we'll do it ourselves. Armando Blunt on the forced fumble. That's the play that could save a season. 2-point try now. And it's going to be a run that gets stuffed. We still got to get some offensive points, it looks like. And the Wolfpack will now try to close this out. 2:44 left to go. And that is going to be stopped by Blunt. He's been everywhere. He stood out, I think, in every game so far. Come on, guys. Come on. He's going to go. 82. What is happening in Season 2? I cannot believe what we're recording. Just when we get a little bit of hope. Kevin Concepcion gets a step on Dante Balfour, the transfer corner, and then he's going to break a tackle as Zaquan Patterson and Balfour. He gets cooked on the route, can't make the tackle. Miami football has fallen so far in the last 2 videos. This is why I play these series on the most just ratings-based, no slider gameplay. So it's an even playing field. And, you know, there's nothing that's making the game harder for us, you know, slider-wise or difficulty-wise. We have the same ability to make plays as they do. They're making them. We aren't. He's got him. Go deep. Oh, it was a curl intercepted. The curls, they got to go. We can't throw these. I thought maybe it was like an arm strength thing. No, Emory Williams has the strongest arm on the team. 92 or 93 throw power. So he's got enough velo and the arm strength to throw that ball. But the timing's either not good enough or the receivers can't actually create enough separation or box out the defensive back. So those got to go. Please tell me that was a throwaway. Because I don't want to think you were actually trying to get it to somebody. Here comes pressure. Incomplete for Williams. Intercepted. We know Williams is not going to be starting any games. Another loss for the Miami Hurricanes. We have lost 2 of our most crucial games of the season today. Games where our top recruiting prospects were attending. I think it led to us losing out on a player in the previous game, and we'll have to see what the fallout is of this one. So we know the Emory Williams experiment didn't work. It's either got to be Poffenbarger, Vadiato, or a freshman. Lester Judovsky, the first 5-star player to commit in this series. Huge. Yep, there it is. We've dropped to a B in championship contender. I'm really worried about that deal breaker. This one's going down to the wire, Jamie Luna. So we just had the visit. I don't know if they give you any like feedback on how it went. Activity, podcast, interview. I think that, you know, you still can get a lot of good stuff there. Clear winner, minus 25%. Yeah, I don't know what to make of all these arrows, and, you know, it's not fed to me in a language I understand. So that one could go either way. We got Randy Titus coming to the next game. Thankfully, he didn't come to that one. But we didn't lose anybody this week. And our class now is 14th in the country. 1 5-star, 7 4s. Judovsky is going to be a really big addition for us because we're going to lose Ruben Bain at the end of the year when he ends up turning pro. He's going to leave early. That's pretty much a done expectation. But I think we've got his replacement now. We are 1-4. Just let that settle in. We have scored 20 points once this season. We have lost 3 consecutive home games. Our quarterback play has been abysmal. And I think I know how I'm going to attack the rest of the year. I just can't wait to read the comment section on this video. This one has the potential of being an all-timer. So if you want to know why I picked Miami for this series, we got some work to do. We'll continue next time, everybody. Thank you for stopping by to see what's up with the Hurricanes today. Please leave a like on the video, and if you want to see me try to fix this mess, subscribe to the channel. I'll have much more coming your way, especially because it looks like there's a large mess to clean up now. Take care. See you next time.